It is without a doubt that Forest City is currently the most ambitious mega development project in the state of Johor. Once completed, the project that is jointly developed by Malaysia and China will birth 4 man-made islands in the nearby waters of the Tebrau Strait. Last year, however, the project has been heavily politicized, with critics claiming that it will eventually undermine Malaysia's sovereignty. Their contention was based on the fact that the properties in Forest City are sold on a freehold basis.
It's legal. It's not something I believe or you believe is legal. It's comply with the land code of Malaysia. Because a lot of people raising this question, they are actually asking a question of sovereign issue, like whether this is affecting, the rights of Malaysia as a nation. But our Sultan of Johor, he answered this question. He said, no foreigners can really take that piece of land back home. The piece of land is forever Malaysia. And not to mention, we are creating new area, new land for this country as well.
But the skepticism towards investment from China was nothing new to you.
Globally, we see a wave of what we call like xenophobes. They are so fearful about Chinese investments and Chinese rising. But for Forest City, that's really not the case. I mean, since day one, we positioned this project as a global city. And take last year's sales, for example, we see people from 23 countries that are buying Forest City. So eventually, those people who are buying from those 23 countries, they will be moving in, I think, starting from May next year to 2019. You will see a global township is emerging in this part of Johor. A lot of local property developers, they are quite concerned. They feel like we are grabbing their piece of pie. But from last year, for example, last year we successfully brought 120,000 foreigners to Johor. And some of them, they purchased the property here. The point here is that we are not grabbing whatever is existing, but we are creating the new demand, and we are making Johor more famous in the world. What Forest City offered is a new business model, I believe, and a new economy. And this economy, I call it extended stay, because as a Chinese citizen or for a Middle Easterner who are actually living in his freehold property here, it won't be very easy for him to travel back and forth over a weekend. So he has to stay in Malaysia for longer. And that's why we see a very high number of our buyers that are actually now applying for Malaysia, my second home, meaning they are showing a very genuine interest to live in Malaysia. I think this country should be very proud of it, because that shows the country's openness and friendliness rather than trying to repel it. No matter what, this is Malaysia. By reclamation, we are increasing the territory, the area of the national territory of Malaysia, and it's still in the state of Johor, and we show full compliance to all the laws and regulations of Malaysian government.